Yes.
Oh, no, I got it.
So I'll have to find out where you guys, where they come from. I just have to look online.
Well, I'm sure you can find out who the VA, but yeah.
He's still in it.
That's why you're pregnant to get permits.
He was in the bed. He's going to get that. He goes, yeah, there was someone here, and he said something else. That's how cool it is.
To talk to her after.
Yeah, it's Sounds like, yeah, because we had them here in March, and they worked really good. Now they're not working as good as last week, but still, they did. He goes to Central Biology now. Central Biology is that, or is it one of the ones that's there? Yeah, I would like that. Yeah. Dave used to go.
So I have two here, and I lost track of which one you just put down. One is, so one has 3 18-inch by 40-foot culverts, and the other one has 2 18-inch by 40-foot culverts. So I'm sure that's right.
It's the, as there was a donation, good job, I was definitely, yeah, someone
So the public will be able to.
It's missing all.
He charges it at home, he's got like a, he's got like a remote transmitter, I guess. It has a little remote, and then he's got this thing that he puts, he plugs it in and charges. But then like what's here, it's like, it's a little
We did catch fish, what? They keep sending us downloads, and then the crash of the pumps, and it's like so frustrating.
Yeah, he puts his over here.
Yeah, he did manage before he get to be just mom and son.
Oh, yeah.
So I already signed it. There's 2 of them. I apologize for garlic, but I need some garlic leftover.
No, she's gone, I'm telling you. Town said something. That's what this is. Some girls that have there's babies.
Really, she like.
No, I'm not saying this.
Thank you. Yes, I want some. No curd.
Chicken. Said I may have to leave. They closed in at. I have solar lights in the house. They go in. Probably fishing. We don't know how. And the way it's designed. What is it? It's the chickens.
Yeah. It's just, these weren't ready, guys. It's here this morning.
Weasels. And they got our neighbors across the road. Yeah. We don't have that. We have dogs. It's like 110, 15 pounds.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming. Many of the documents we have in front of us, we're just seeing because things got printed this afternoon and all of us are doing our day jobs. So if you just afford us a couple of minutes, we can finish reviewing, so we'll be prepared when people have questions, or that would be super. I love it when all the numbers balance, when they all have the same total. Isn't that great? Oh, the one we just put money, they just fixed the law. Who wants to ask questions? To discontinue. So. 18 feet wide? I couldn't do it. 18 feet wide. I said, discontinue. I'm not gonna buy it. Lucas just put, well, not Lucas, fixing it for the walk. But I'm not gonna widen that one to 18 feet. That's ridiculous. It's a discontinue. I just said that. That's ridiculous. We're not gonna put any money in it. It's a discontinue. You mean how much we owe? It's about 50 feet would go past each
With 3 miles out.
So are you past the cemetery?
checks should right here. That goes with that, it's just the same check register, goes to checks, 22 of them. Sales report, and dog licensing.
There's no evidence that 1.5 million is.
Oh, you went in, oh, my minute. Document storage, document stuff. Vehicles, that should match, this should match.
Oh, yes. I know what you're saying. Okay.
And they do, this is for motor vehicles. This is, for motor vehicles again.
Yeah, somebody's sitting here? Yeah, Dave's coming. Dave's sitting there.
More vehicles. Central Home. Yeah. Right, yeah, it went up $15, right? Mine too. Something expenses. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Official use of wildlife, so that's fishing licenses, boats. This woman who booked their call and then paid a refund, canceled, so refund paid $50 back.
Except for the private amenities. That's our.
That's due by October 1st, right? Right. Because we'll amortization schedule. This is where we are. Here. 3,000, and then interest is 7,826. I know it's so much better. This is for Ian's medical. Postal. Office supplies. I thought you got them all. Tomorrow is mine. 9/4 is mine. Year anniversary of Sam Brown. 12 years.
Where do you want to go?
God, I don't know, but depends on who wins presidency, I guess. Hopefully that they won't tax me. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you have to, they want to show. That's one of the recommendations.
I know, I'm contract. Rescue contract.
So they want to make sure you can. That's actually advice to them.
Oh, we made a lot tonight. All the fire rescue stuff, huh? This time.
Yeah, I got it. Well, they only started with $200.
We want all three of us to sign it, doesn't matter, Karen's. And Dallas on our, John Kennedy. Excellent tax. Internal rescue. We're spending a lot of money tonight. We did one turnip and one turn deserves another. This is a stupid thing that says, because we made a big deal. Do want to for September 1st.
I don't remember. She'll be a year older this month.
She's got loose stuff on the bottom. Sugar. You need to get the gavel. Okay. Oh, yeah, I think so. Good evening. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for your patience as we spend all of your tax dollars. We had to pay fire rescues in multiple towns, process bond payments, bunch of stuff to review. So thank you for your patience. All right, I would like to call this meeting to order. And let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for coming. I just want to remind you that we are all adults here. This is not junior high. So I'm really looking forward to a very active and productive meeting. We have a long agenda. So the reason why we have select board, these full meetings twice a month, is to get this business done. So it's really important that we stay on track. So I look forward to working with everyone tonight. All right. First, we need to approve the minutes of the August 20th and 27th select board meetings. Did you guys have a chance to review them?
The 27th, I added the board review the road commissioner report attached. That's the only change in the.
I'm sorry, the what attached? Added. Okay. Oh, you want me to sign these now?
After you, vote to approve them.
Off the list of one. Okay. like to make a motion to approve the minutes as amended. We also added a person that was not listed on this, that attended to the meeting. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from August 20th and August 27th.
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor? You can sign that one. Great. Approve warrant 5 and payroll warrants for August 21st and August 28th. I would like to make a motion to approve the warrant 5 and payroll warrants for the 21st and 28th of August.
Second it.
Great. All in favor? I think we all signed them already, right? Great. All right. Do we have our RSU 10 report? I know kids are back in school. Drive safe, everyone. All right. Do we have a road commissioner report? Is our road commissioner here?
Keep lanes on starting to patch. Warren, McCormick there, he'd like to start mowing the edges of the road. He gets Hood, right. Gets $125 an hour, and he figures it would take between 50 and 60 hours.
Do you have the contract?
I don't know if he has it or not.
You can't
Right.
put out a contract and
Yeah, I
insurance.
don't know if he, we have to take it to him, I guess.
Well, usually they bring us a contract.
Well, I don't know if Ben has got it or not. Maybe Ben has it.
Do we have a number for Warren Hood?
I can look it up on the internet, I guess.
Do we know what he charged last year?
110 per hour. But you guys have to approve the contract and sign it.
Right, we haven't done that because we don't have it.
I can go down and see him tomorrow. How I know this is because I see him over to the fair.
But you still have to approve it during the meeting.
Which we could add that to next week's road selectmen, but he wouldn't be starting this week if he doesn't sign the contract yet.
I can pick it up. I'll pick it up.
Did we have an approximate hours for Hood? What he's charged, how many hours he's worked before doing the same job?
Must be around, I don't know, between 50. He told me between 50 and 60.
Can we look that up, Leanna, this week, maybe tomorrow or tomorrow? Great, thank you. All right, do we have a road committee report or an update?
Yeah, we're gonna have a meeting, on the 9th, 7 o'clock. We'll be meeting there, we'll be talking about trying to, it's gonna be up to you guys, because I don't see a lot of work being done. You know, we still got a lot of, coal patch to put out, we got some, Mahoney Road's still dangerous. Nothing been done on Mahoney Road for over a week. Well, since it washed out, it's probably been over a month. I don't understand why it's not done, because you got X amount of hours to do things like that. If it's an emergency, it's supposed to be done in so many hours. So if somebody goes in that ditch, this town is gonna be burned.
I believe that was on our list for last week for BIM.
Yes, it was.
It's been on for a while,
No, we just gave him a list last week.
right, but that road's been washed out for a while, since probably the last storm. So we'll be talking about some of this stuff, some of the ditches that need to be done. Cold patch should be getting rolling right now, even at the bottom of Pratt Hill, there's some pretty big holes. We're not gonna get to doing the road down at the bottom of Pratt Hill, because potholes need to be filled in. I mean, people are gonna be calling up, losing ball joints and muffling and everything else. I mean, I'm surprised you're not getting calls now. So if he can't do it, there's probably people who do it. It's not a big issue.
Okay,
So next road meeting,
September 9th.
yeah, if one of the selectmen want to step in and tell us what you're gonna get him to do and what not to do, we'll find people to do it. Or you guys, I mean, we'll direct you in the area to get people to do it.
I just want to remind you that we make decisions during select board meetings. We're not allowed to meet outside of that. So your meeting is the 9th, which is next.
It's this coming month.
Next
Month.
Monday.
We'll just have suggestions that you're gonna have to follow through with.
Yep.
One way or another. We gotta get going.
Absolutely.
All right.
We had a list of priorities that was given to our road commissioner. I was hoping he was going to be here to tell us when he was going to get going on those.
Better sooner than later. It's been later a bunch of times already.
All right, thank you, Al.
We'll pick them up again, right?
What's that?
We'll pick them up again.
Oh, bid committee, I have something about you. Okay, bid committee report.
All right, so we went down and marked the whole road today, what needed to be done. We spent 4 hours over there a couple of days ago with the whole road committee. Kathy Lowe, Jeremy Johnson showed up, and we went up and down the road. Mr. Brown there, Wesley, he was there, David Terry was there. So we spent a lot of time on there, and we went through it with a fine-tooth comb. You guys got the report, right? You see all the culverts at the bottom of the road that need to be changed? And that's the bid spec report that you have in front of you. We have to thank Diane for that, she put a lot of work into it. I thank you anyway.
Okay. Would you give us a moment to review this? Because this is the first time I've seen it, so
Okay.
that'd be great.
Oh yeah, Steve was there too. Steve was there too.
Great.
Need to add full culvert.
There is one.
Oh, okay.
4 foot by
Oh, I
40
ain't
foot.
got it in mine. You know something else going on.
Over to the top.
No, it's up to 3.
Oh, one
So it's that, yeah.
We're looking at the old one that's been
Yeah.
updated. So you need the one that's the
Okay, I have a little one.
This one still says 218.
8%.
Oh, hold on, it's another bid. Here it is. Okay. Have any questions on this, Kathy?
I'm just questioning, yeah, but
It's just a time to ask so that we can get it sent
they'll
out.
probably more or less take more than 14, 16 yards of gravel. But possible, I guess, answer that question.
Would you be happy if they changed it to 14 to 20 yards of gravel?
Kind of a guess, really, how much it will take.
Yeah. She was questioning if that was gonna be enough gravel.
It's just an estimate anyway.
Yeah,
Do we have all the culverts here? Because it
I
says
think-
culverts needed.
Are all the culverts that are listed,
Yes.
so we don't, it's culverts needed to be replaced versus we have the culverts.
Correct.
Our culverts on hand. There's some, so they don't go out. Buy them.
On the first page, it talks about.
Yep, it does, sure does,
I was
yeah.
gonna say, we can reword it.
We can just change it on the second page to say culverts to be replaced with this versus culverts needed.
The town of Hartford has purchased the culverts needed for the street.
Yeah. Nice paintwork, by the way. As mentioned, I go Pratt Hill several times a week so that I can feel the pain of our residents.
I could do your own minute, but thanks.
I think this is a lot of hard work in a quick fashion, and thank you so much to the bid committee for doing that. Thank you, thank you.
Whose fax
Thank you.
number is this?
There's the one listed on the Hartford website.
Is that correct?
Oh, no,
What is it?
What is it?
3679309.
3,
That
6.
shouldn't be on the Hartford website.
Could be that if somebody went to an old page and hadn't refreshed, 3679309. 367. Okay. So with the changed fax number and on the second page, culverts to be replaced versus culverts needed. With those two changes, I am ready to approve this bid packet.
There's a couple other little things.
Okay.
Looking at drive,
Let's,
just spelling. I'll fix it.
Yeah, that's why I just quickly, I wanted to at least get it to you.
I'll
so,
be sending it to the newspaper, right?
yeah. So I'd like to make a motion that we thank the bid committee, accept this request for proposals and get it out to our community. Yes,
Are the dates okay?
Give me a second first.
I just picked dates because I had no idea what you wanted for 2020.
I'm all right with the dates.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
It's gonna go out in the newspaper, we're gonna make it available here at the office, and,
Was there a second? Was a second and then discuss?
sorry. So I made the motion. Okay, yeah, you did a great job.
all in favor?
All right, make it so. There we go. Constable report. Crime is down.
We had 2 warnings this month so far for the beach. Rolling shows. I did have to talk to a family that had a pit bull on the beach. I was down there last Saturday for the day, picking up trash and just spent some time down there, and it was, a lot of people acting scared of the dog and the families where the dog was acting off the leash. And I approached the people, and they said they lived in Pine Shores, and on Pine Shore side, the fence says dogs must be on leash. And our sign on top of the road says no pest. So they don't see that sign. So it'd be cool to get a couple of, that's a loud sign on Pine Shore side or both sides. So that any direction, it's all, the signs are all equal, the same. They did get the dog back, we're back to Pine Shore with the dog. No issues, no problems. There seems to be a golf cart, I can't figure out who it is yet, that's using our ramp way out to the beach. And we keep on ripping the end rail off the end of the walk out, off the rail. And you can see burnout marks on the ramp where we work from the golf carts, where we line up tires. So I'm trying to catch the person. Al, you can keep an eye on that too? Yeah, we had motorcycles going across it, Saturday night, I think. Yeah, there was motorcycles going back and forth, and, I was down there Friday night, I believe, and I was over on the Pine Shore side, and there's a green motorcycle and another one. I mean, if we could follow them home, then we could send Steve down there to reprimand them, but, I mean, at the time, I don't have a camera, so I couldn't take a picture, and I couldn't follow them home. I mean, they're running right down the damn wooden border.
Could we not put some sort of bollard or Jersey barrier or something?
He went right at the end.
There's a thing at the end, you're literally taking the rail off. I mean, it would have to be, you would have to put a metal pole right in the middle of that boardwalk to stop, I don't know, the width of a motorcycle handle. I mean, people bring their carts, I mean, they wanna bring their babies and strollers and wagons, I mean, we shouldn't have to do that stuff. We should, we can't be there 24/7
Yeah.
to bust these people.
Well, if we all could be more aware and let the constable know so that we can follow up if we can find out who they are.
I brought attention today about people camping out on the walking trail out here, the railroad tracks, and to ride out, Jeremy Johnson with me. And I picked up 24 cans of beer full, and Budweiser, if you want some, and lunch trash, and I put it back in the truck, and there were signs that were having fire. Okay, no one's there, but I can find that. So I have to report.
Excellent, thank you.
And also, if I may, Kate Holmes has pictures of a vehicle there with a camper. So there's been some serious camping happening there. A pop-up type, maybe yeah, okay.
Now, I don't see reason if someone, I'll give you an example, say Joe Schmo owns property down that railroad bed, and that's their right of way, and they wanted their grandkids to go down camp on their property, but not on our property. We do not allow camping and fire.
I don't know how much,
We have one other hand. Yes, Lee. Welcome home.
Thanks. Jeremy said that particular piece of property is, we own 33 feet from the center of the road. They may be partly on town property and partly on Jim's property, but that turnout may not actually be on property. But they certainly did leave a lot of trash. There is no ordinance, as far as I know, there's nothing in any ordinance regarding the railroad bed that specifically prohibits camping. Unless there's something I can miss. For party or whatever. Not that I know.
Is there a notice about open fires or anything either?
There was a fire.
I got a plate number anyway,
I'll turn it over to the police.
Okay, well, we definitely want to follow up with Bim. He might have given people permission to be on his property, I don't know. All right, code enforcement report, which I believe we have one right here. I have a question for you, Leanne. In his report about, did you read it? 30 South Merrill Lane, is that where the dog was placed on somebody else's property? On Bear Pond? It's from the code enforcement officer about a second dock being built at 30 South Merrill Lane.
Was that a planning board thing?
I'm sure we're discussing it on Monday at our planning board meeting. We usually go over it at the meeting.
Okay.
I have a slight insight into that, in that the property owner owns a house on one side and the foundation, they just sold a lot with the foundation when I said it burnt down. And there was some disagreement about who could build a dock, so only one dock could be built, but I don't know all the details. So that's probably what that refers to. I don't know where I read that.
Thanks. Is there an ACO report this month? No. I will contact her. Planning board report? Oh, you haven't met yet. You meet Monday. Okay. Ordinance committee? Ordinance committee, yes.
Yeah, so you should have the reports or the requests we sent 2 weeks ago. One dealing with the no spray ordinance, one request for our advice to you guys were that we essentially do a warrant to repeal that ordinance. And the second item was some further information about priorities of what should be in, what are those things we're concerned about with respect to a solar ordinance, so that we can start to draft a solar ordinance using a model developed by the Audubon Society, the Maine Audubon Society.
So I think our initial thoughts regarding solar was we certainly didn't want to prohibit individuals from using solar and installing that in their own locations, their homes, their barns, whatever. We were more concerned about a large commercial solar farm in our town and what that might do to our landscape and
Fields.
what's that? And our fields,
Fields.
right?
And are there particular aspects about it that it is of concern, given the various reasons people have against commercial solar? So in that document I sent, I listed out a number of different items. So, for example, Presumably, one of the concerns, in fact, I think, Sue, you commented at our meeting that there was a particular concern that there be a decommissioning plan. But are there other aspects that you want us to pay particular attention to, or do you want us to just go through the various iterations of what might be restricted or limited and whether or not we're conservative in those restrictions, or because the other concern we had, I guess, in talking about this is that obviously we're suggesting passing an ordinance that would put limitations on what people could do with their property, and those are always issues that there are various views on to what degree we should be limiting use of individual properties. So, any particular thoughts on that?
Kathy, any ideas on how much acreage or what you would be looking at for if people were to decide to set up their own solar farm? I mentioned decommissioning because I've already heard horror stories where someone has leased the land, and then they walk away, they got the grant money, and left the homeowner, the property owner, with all this equipment that they then cannot recycle, and it ends up becoming a town issue, and I want to make sure that the burden does not fall on the town if someone wants to set up a solar farm of whatever size that we set up that's feasible. Peggy?
That was my question. Are there some thoughts about what size is
That's-
reasonable?
We are just scoping out that.
Yeah, that's what I mean, I have no idea if there's any way you can limit, because you're talking about the rights of the property owners. And the other thing is, I don't know if this might be something you want to put in there that we're talking about working on site planning review. We don't have an ordinance for it yet, and it's been suggested since the 1992 comprehensive plan that we have one. So at least we've got the approval from the select board. If the CEO gets an application for a permit, he'll discuss it with the planning board. So maybe that could be part of the process, that's what I'm thinking about.
Yes, and in fact, some of the concerns that have been raised is taking up valuable agricultural land. However, at this stage, we have no zones that are agricultural zones, so there may be prime agricultural land out there.
But if you use a site plan review process, we may be able to look at that because there are various maps available that will tell us where that is.
Yeah. So
That might be a way
ultimately, what we should probably do is when we get something drafted, is perhaps have a meeting with the planning board to get some input on. We should go ahead.
Well, it sounds like we have some homework to do, to look at what some other towns similar size has done. And I am all for people's personal property rights. We want to make sure we're not stepping on toes. We want to be able to do things on our property. It's our property, so.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, any fire warden report?
Administrative ordinance,
Oh, administrative ordinance.
we have to make changes to the, what's it called, foreclosed property again, because the state of Maine changed their laws.
Change the rules again.
But I know Kathleen had issues with how some things were worded in the current administrative ordinance part two. Do you want the ordinance for you to look at that, or?
That would be great.
So will you send us instructions on what the issues are you want us to look at in that ordinance?
And when is your next meeting?
I believe it's the second Wednesday of this month, so it must be next Wednesday.
Great, thank you, and thank you. All right, fire warden report, nothing? No fires, I hope.
I haven't, no.
Excellent. All right, treasurer's report.
I just have an updated expense account. I'm working on getting more information to the auditors, so try to work on it today. I got the bank statements today, but I haven't had time to look at them yet.
Right,
So
yeah.
it'll be next
That's early.
Oh, I'm sending out 30-day tax lien notices tomorrow. That's about it.
Did we have many folks come in today to pay?
A few Saturday, a few today.
Excellent,
We had 155 and now we're down to 130.
good. So tax liens go out tomorrow,
30-day tax lien.
30-day tax liens.
warnings, and then in 30 days, the liens will be filed at the registry of deeds.
All right, thank you. Cemetery committee report, have they had a meeting or recent activity?
Nothing new to report.
Great. All right, solid waste committee.
Yes, Lenny and I are here. We had a meeting and it was very productive. We're looking at the National Recycling Day, November 15th, to possibly have some sort of event here at the town hall, an educational event, because recycling saves money. We're all working on it. Jason, anything you want?
So you're doing a great job.
Thanks. We decided again, it's a second by nothing day simply because there won't be a bulky waste pickup and that would get messy. We were discussing it, but we decided against it. Otherwise, we're just humming along.
It's a cool idea, National Recycling Day.
Yeah.
All right, rec committee, I think we already heard from them. When's your next meeting?
Next meeting is the 16th, Monday night at 5:15. We've had a couple meetings. We're planning a parents' night out on September 29th, or afternoon. There'll be more details coming. Do you want to share? We're inviting parents to drop their kids ages kindergarten to 14, I think we said, no more than 20. Several of us are already fingerprinted. We have to register at town office, but drop your kids, we'll entertain them. Go have some fun. We're looking to under safety course before hunting season. And then we've had talk about someone wanting to donate some Christmas gifts, and we'd like to meet with the next meeting to find out the details before we decide whether we can find out what it is.
Sounds super. And they're gonna do September 29th, it's gonna be right here.
Right here in the town hall.
And we've already got that date on there?
It's up to you to decide to.
The rec committee is a part of our town.
It's on the agenda, I know.
Oh, we're jumping ahead, okay.
Sorry.
All good. Thank you so much. All right, calendar reminders. Planning board is this coming Monday, 9/9. The next select board meeting is on Tuesday, 9/10. Ordinance committee is on 9/11. We just heard that the next rec committee is on the 16th. Right. Unfinished business, road repair. Have you had a chance to look at the complaints come in? Yeah. Okay. Are you? Okay. All right. Two of these, I believe. The sign one. The sign is still there, it says, but it's just bent over. Right?
Yeah, on the agenda, sorry.
Okay, so that will need to be reinstalled. Can you ask our road commissioner to do that?
I just see someone plow right through them today. Didn't even stop.
Through the stop signs?
Yeah. Didn't even stop. It must be going about 30.
They didn't knock this, he went through the stop sign, but not over the stop sign, right?
Going right through.
Gotcha. But the school one needs to be done, okay? Bus stop ahead. And then more potholes, holes on that culvert.
On Pratt Hill.
Yeah,
That would be, this one would be done to change the culvert with a bid job.
but any of those potholes we're gonna need to fill.
Yeah, the patching, yeah. I thought this was just the,
That one says it's a hole in the culvert at the end. 1 foot hole near the upstream end, which is obviously in the road.
Can I ask a question? Is this for the entire,
what's that?
is that for the entire road? From beginning to
No.
end?
That's stage 1.
What does it say?
It's not the road itself. It's just the smoothing up the hill and the ditches, culverts.
We determined at the last meeting that we would have multiple stages on
I
Pratt
know,
Hill.
but does it say it in here?
Do you want, like, phase 2 to be completed in the spring?
Al?
The potholes need to be done, and we're not tearing the road up, so we're not working on the road this year, just like Kathy said, we're doing the ditches and the culverts.
Well, we are working on the road. We're gonna fix it so they can use it in a much better fashion for the winter.
But the bid spec is not asking the person that's doing the bid spec to fill those holes in. The town already has the material to do it, so the commissioner, road commissioner and his crew should go over there and fill those. They're pretty deep. You guys, you know how deep they are.
We're just thinking on, if it's in here, on smoothing up the hill on one half side of the road.
Right. But we're not gonna put a lot of gravel on there, because if we put gravel on it, it's likely it's gonna be plowed into the ditches. So we're gonna use pretty much what we have there to smooth it up some.
Okay.
It's mentioning North Plant Road, that's down a ways. Maybe if we had a GPS coordinate for each end, there's only one up here of the project.
Right.
The distance,
Or a map.
because we're trying to.
Distance from when you start to how far down. We got the original GPS coordinate, but not the end of the first.
So you would like it the ending
Or a map,
coordinates?
or something.
If you put the ending coordinates,
That would be super.
Now, we also have to call dig safe on this. Should this be whoever gets the
usually,
bid?
I was gonna say, usually that's a
Do this?
contractor. that'll do things like-
And also probably with Army Corps engineers with the culverts. At least a 4-foot culvert.
There's not a lot of water going through that right now, so I would say if you get on it pretty quick, it's pretty dry enough to stop running.
I don't think it matters with them, if it's dry or not. It's just,
I think that would be the contractor too, not us.
I would know.
Well, the road commissioner is the road commissioner for all projects.
Do you know off the top of your head when that bill came in that we paid for the cold patch? It's been 2 months, right?
It was in the prior fiscal year.
Okay. And I thought I'd heard at one of our meetings that if that doesn't get done, it's gonna go bad. Is that right?
It starts to go cold. But he has a hot, what they call a hot box. It heats it up as you go.
Do we know what's taking so long to utilize that? If it was done in the last fiscal year, that pile's been sitting there for 2 months. And we keep hearing cold patch, cold patch, cold patch, and it's just sitting there. So how about we pick a date that if it's not, if he doesn't get on it, that we have someone else, we have the product. It's gotta get done. We're hearing that it needs to get done, and we're getting complaints for people wondering what the excuses are. There are no excuses, and I don't wanna leave here without a date for that bloody cold patch getting dispersed. So,
He said he'd meet with us.
Obviously not tonight.
No. If he meets with us, he wants it just us three.
No, you can't do that. That would be an illegal meeting.
Executive, they said that one.
Executive session. That's another whole week away.
Told me tonight, this week, he'd get on it this week. That's what he told me tonight.
Yes.
So we give him this week.
it's hard to, you have been his mouthpiece all along, and we got nothing, we've got no work as a result. So, can you help
Just what
explain?
he's telling me, that's all.
Okay, fair enough. That's why I was hoping to get something in writing or.
Lee?
Thank you for that.
Well, I couldn't help but notice when you talked about the calendar reminders that there's a meeting next week.
Yes, we have a meeting every week.
And the meeting every week, and I understand that every other meeting is to discuss the roads?
Correct, so that we could keep road projects moving forward, correct.
Okay,
We still have a road committee and road commissioner report at tonight's meeting and no road commissioner. And he didn't attend the last road committee meeting, so we're feeling at a loss, Lee. And Kathy's been speaking to him on a regular basis, but we can't seem to pin him down to anything. He said he wanted to start this week. We gave him a list of priorities and
He's had the green light to cold patch for weeks, and there's been no cold patch work. So he's kind of forcing our hand to have other people come in and disperse the cold patch.
any word that it's going to, what you said?
Any what?
You're worried that the whole patch will spoil?
where we have lots of holes that need to be tended to. And every rainstorm more and more, and yes, Lenny.
Aren't we talking about job performance and couldn't we have an executive session?
Well, we were hoping he was gonna be here tonight to agree to that. Right.
But you have to schedule it with him, right?
We have to, correct, and we thought he would be
Executive
here.
session.
Right.
Just asking.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, I heard some talk about a illegal meeting, and that if I'm not mistaken, you have a meeting scheduled for next week. Is that correct?
We have a meeting every week. Every other week we talk about roads.
Okay.
Yeah. Diane?
Unfortunately, we can't get everything on it. And that's why they can't make an appointment, because we've tried doing weekly meetings and having them come to road committees.
So let's come up with a plan. He wants to meet next week, tack on an executive session. If he's not here,
Well, we would.
the next day, we need to be making some phone calls to see if there would be some contractors that would be willing to come and cold patch these roads. The work needs to be done.
Now, just last week, he said he was gonna be starting work this week. Is that not happening either? The list that we gave him for priorities, Kathy, do you know?
So this is a short week, right?
Pardon me?
This is a short week, right?
Correct, but in his road report last week, when he didn't attend that meeting, that was all about roads. He sent in a road report that he wanted to start doing work this week, and we sent back a list of priority jobs that needed to be done, 4 of them, and mowing was one of them too, and So, and you just mentioned that he said he's gonna
We
start
gotta
this
get-
week,
We gotta get the contract for mowing.
Yeah.
First.
right? But what about the other ones, like the patching the holes and,
He also told me that he would do all the small jobs that we have left in town. But we would get, we would get his estimates or his, at the end of the job, like he has been doing. Like-
so we won't know how much he
hours,
spent until after the job is done.
Like
No,
he,
like estimate, right?
like he has been doing. We know at the end of the
Incorrectly for
week.
years. It's been done wrong, we're correcting it.
Yes, Jason?
Can I just express my concern in regards to the executive session, in trying to conduct business with an elected official? I don't believe they're recorded. So not only do we not have any way of hearing what is talked about, but you have no way of holding anyone accountable for what happens in an executive session. So that's my concern, is there's no accountability in an executive session meeting. FYI.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Diane?
I agree with him. So the executive session is more of the employee job issue, not generally about, talking about road work.
Public roads,
So,
our roads.
yeah, so there really is.
This is the opportunity here to do it.
I think we need to be making some phone calls. The dragging of the feet, people are ugly that the work's not getting done and they're seeing it as stalling and that falls on us. So we need to be making some phone calls and getting this work done.
And his road report, which was very well publicized, said he was starting this week.
We've heard for weeks.
Do we know if anything started this week yet?
Don't think so. All I know is he's called Big Safe to come in and check that culvert up on Towntown Road. He marked it the other day.
We need to be making some phone calls. The road work needs to get done.
I saw two hands. Yes,
So I believe there are items in the state statute that deal with failure to perform your duties. And we can look up, the ordinance committee can try and look up what those statutes say about failure to perform your duties. I'm not sure what the process is in dealing with it, but it sounds like we may be dealing with an elected individual who's failing to do the duties they're expected to do.
Peggy?
I'm a little confused. Last week, there was some concern that something had to be done on Church Street, and he was told to go look at it, and he fixed it and came back. Are some of these smaller things, that there's some kind of like vague price range or whatever to get something just done because you're asking to do it that you don't need it? You're looking for bids before every little project? Does that sound like he's giving you a bill afterwards and you're not happy with that? So it's kind of hard to know what he's supposed to do. I mean, I would say from the small things in particular.
Well, we just gave him a list of 4 things. We already have the coal patch for some of that. We have some emergency things, like these huge holes that aren't a ditch that was complained about a year ago and then brought to his attention again at a meeting that.
So it's clarified that these things are not, he has to give you a bid first before he works on them. That's all I'm saying.
When we get these emergency things in where there's a foot-large pothole or
I know,
a tree in the road.
Right, because you seem to be saying a different story last week, we were talking about.
We're talking about projects.
Yeah.
And so we want to know, because the town, at town meeting, cut the road budget, cut many budgets, wasn't just the road budget. Many of the budgets were cut through the budget committee recommendations versus select board recommendations. So you can't, it's not business as usual. When like almost 30% of the road budget was cut overall, then some projects can't be done, and Pratt Hill has to be done. That is like the most immediate one. And if we're not looking, I have to be honest, we're not looking for the cheapest price, we're looking for it being done right.
No, I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about the obstinacy that maybe there's some confusion over what's getting something done now after, I just heard that comment about whatever you did on Church Street, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying, I'm not talking about the whole budget, I'm just talking
Okay.
about why the process might not be going smoothly.
Well, we're gonna keep moving forward so we can get this. If you, Lenny, can you go quick? And we're gonna keep
I
going.
was referring to what Darryl said. If you're talking about someone who is not performing their duties, that is the description of something you would take up in executive session.
Well, I'm not
That's
sure
not,
that's for something.
it's not an open meeting issue. If your issue is we have a person not doing what they're supposed to.
Right, but we're trying to figure out road work, and if he doesn't come, and he says, well, he'll talk about road work with just the three of us. And Leanne's telling us we can't do it that way because it's not, unless we do an executive session, and then we're not accountable.
If you're talking issue, because you're an elected select board, you always have executive sessions.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is the road work, which should be the everyday work of our road commissioner,
No, if you're talking about dissatisfaction with job.
that's not what I'm talking about right now. What we're
That's
talking,
Darryl addressed.
that's what Darryl just mentioned, yes.
Yes.
I was talking about getting him to move forward, and how do we pin him down? We can't seem to pin him down, we can't get him to a meeting. Leanne's first, and we gotta go
I wouldn't
forward.
feel comfortable with just you four alone together, because I've seen people get very upset.
Yeah, I've seen it in a public meeting.
Darryl,
Yeah, and I'm not suggesting you deal with that issue in this meeting tonight or in a subsequent public session. But if it is an issue, then you ought to be aware of what the state statute says about it so that you can decide if you need an executive session to pursue it. That's all I'm pointing out.
Yeah.
Pointing out.
I'll go back to him and I'll tell him to give him this week.
we need
This
to do
week,
those
and
things.
if it's not
Yeah.
done, then that phone.
If it's not done, we're making phone calls.
Do we
But,
need to make a motion?
but can he go along and do these jobs
Without,
Without communication?
No, without him saying, well, it's gonna take, so many hours to.
Well, emergency work, you have 24 hours to deal with the situation.
Right,
That's
I
totally different.
know.
and that's what we're
I know.
asking for,
I know.
all this pothole filling and culverts that's out, that's emergency work.
Oh, yeah, I know that, but I mean, coal patch, you call an emergency?
When you see the holes that are this big in the tar,
Okay, so I'll give you time to go ahead and do it, but that is not without him saying, no, it's gonna take me all day to put out a load.
okay,
Like his, estimates you guys wanted, invoices.
but this is emergency work, this is stuff that needs to get done, and I just feel like he's wordsmithing every single thing, and then coming back and not doing anything.
Okay, but I'm just saying, he doesn't want us to say, he goes out and does a job, and then us say, well, why did he do that? We didn't,
We just
he
gave,
didn't say how many hours he's gonna do this,
well, the coal
How
patch,
much
which he
gravel is
already
gonna
ordered,
take?
and we've got these huge holes, which we've talked about several weeks in a row now. That's emergency work, and that needs to get done. The culvert,
I'll tell him he's got to do it this week.
There needs to be communication, and there's none except through you.
I know.
and even last week when he said, I'm gonna go on with my regular summer maintenance, he didn't say what that was, and we're supposed to be working by priority. And the reason we chose, just to reiterate again, that we're working on priority roads first is because we only have this much money to spend. And that's why we're watching how much we've got. We can't go way over budget, and priority one is that Pratt Hill job and emergency work.
At the end of the week, we need to move on.
He usually keeps pretty close.
I have kind of a problem with the three of you. We have two of you that want to do the best for the town, and then we have one that just wants to do for BIM. This is, I mean, you're there for the town, not just there for BIM, and it seems like road
He
committee
is-
meetings, all these meetings, we see all
He
you're talking about is BIM, BIM,
He would be
BIM.
the
Not
cheapest,
the town, not the town, this is the town, and you're all for BIM.
because he is the cheapest around.
How do we know that without getting bids?
I know that, we're gonna find that out,
Damn right.
we're gonna find that out.
And it's not just about the cheapest, we need the job done.
Exactly.
Especially this
In the correct
emergency
way,
stuff.
with the correct product, I mean, whatever it takes.
I feel like
to
this
get
is
it
some
done
lesson he's trying to teach us instead of moving forward with the work that he's supposed to be doing.
Instead of having perpetual issues that go over and over and over again, it's gotta be.
Don't tell him this week.
Okay, all right.
We're out to get the road work done.
Road sign order list. We just need our approval.
Yeah, am I missing any?
Did we add the one, can we order the no pets allowed?
No, okay, no dogs.
Well,
No
people have
pets.
pets pigs, people have pet goats. Do we, I think we want to put pets.
The master sign to the right.
It doesn't need to be 6 feet tall, but it does need to be a sign people can see.
Just one?
Let's put one on each side of each end.
I think I'm gonna order, are you okay with the blind drives and all those?
Yeah, absolutely. All the ones you sent me, I was good.
Word, so we don't have to pay $70 in shipping.
What budget does this come out of?
Right. They're like 40, 45 each.
We check with the roads plate, that sign place.
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna go, because this is where I get the handicap signs.
Lawyer?
And can we pick them up or is shipping gonna kill
No,
us?
we'll pick them up.
Okay. Awesome.
But do you wanna make a motion so I don't get in trouble for buying these signs?
I'd like to make a motion that Leanne purchase the signs on the list that we've already agreed to, with the addition of the no pets allowed on the beach. 2 of those signs.
I second it.
Those signs, are those, for street signs as well, or is that just other signs?
It's a several lists of the sign we talked about down here for the trail. And then, some
Not a
replacement
trail.
signs. Excuse me, for the railroad bed, the road down here is going to have their new sign. What reads of the list?
Admiral Drive, that's by the Hendersons. Blueberry Drive sign is missing. Oh, no, it's currently green, someone said. Bittner Drive, Railroad Bed Trail, Children at Play on Berry Road, Blind Drive, Berry Road, Blind Drive, near the church. And no Bethel House.
Both ends of Town Farm Road, there's no streets showing, the signs have both been mowed down one of them was mowed down by the plow, I don't know what the other one happened.
Are they missing?
They're both missing on each end, same Town Farm Road. And can I make a suggestion when they put those back in? Can you put them further on the corner so that when you're riding down the road, you can see the green reflection? Because if they're like 20 feet up the road, you're not seeing that until you go by it and it's like, there's a road.
I think the history has been that unfortunately in the wintertime when we've had lots of snow, it's gotten hit, which is why they've kind of moved it backwards. I don't disagree with you at all. I just think that it was survivability, because as you can see, even where it's located now, it doesn't stay up very long. So I don't know what the solution is there.
Do we want to tack 2 Town Farm Road signs on there as well?
Can we put town farm signs on there too?
You said the Town Farm signs.
Both ends, yeah.
Are the
One of them
poles
was
still there?
One of them was mangled,
Yeah.
and I don't know what happened, the other ones were missing.
I'll check with David to make sure he doesn't already have some of these.
Okay. So my motion is all the signs on that list, including town farm. Thank you very much. Need a second?
Kathy second.
Oh, Kathy seconded. All in favor? Great. All right, MMA Risk Management Inspection Report. So every few years, MMA comes through and does a liability inspection report to look for any problems, safety issues, and all of those things within our town buildings, town walkways, town properties. And so I walked with John Waterbury and went through all the buildings and all the sites. Unfortunately, we had many issues along the way. I'll give you an example right here at the wood stove. Somebody stuffed paper and cigarette butts and stuff in there, which, by the way, is not appropriate. Especially with the, what's that? That was this one, yeah. So, and he'd like to have that disconnected from the wall. And possibly even have the pipe removed completely, and if we wanted to keep the decorative wood stove there for aesthetics, but there's vines growing on the side of the buildings. The garage was just filled with things that were dangerous in the walkway, getting into the garage. Signs were not organized, as well as we had open insulation and stuff that's like falling down that's not healthy. He gave lots of reasonings on things. Down in the basement here, our egress door was completely nailed shut. And there was just waist tall trash going all the way across the floor, which caused a huge issue. Let's see, what else? Oh, the light going down the stairs, the inspection light. Many of the fire extinguishers have not been checked for months. There were just many issues, and many of these things have been assigned, they just weren't completed. Some have been completed already just since he left, but not good. So we have a certain amount of time. We got to get many of these things fixed and send back pictures. Unfortunately, or fortunately, we knew he was coming. Not sure why many of the items that were supposed to be done were not done. But our rates are going to go through the roof if we don't make these changes. He'd not been here since 2019, I believe. So with COVID and everything else, they're catching up. So we have a lot of work to do, a lot of processes to get in place, which we thought we had in place, but obviously it's not working, so. They are giving us a chance to redeem ourselves and set up a corrective action plan, which I'll be spearheading since I was with him going through.
That's gonna be something, we have to put a base pad under that oil tank. Good town garage.
Yep. And the old outhouse space is out there. He almost tripped on it trying to get over to that. Down by the water filter, there's some wiring that he'd like to see, not mounted to the water tank, but on a separate thing, because he doesn't like the wiring on the water tank.
So should we contact the Ferryville electrician we?
Let me go through this and let's make a list. And I can do this for our next meeting. And then we'll start whittling things down.
Sounds good.
Do we need to make a motion?
No.
Okay. Is that an arm up?
That was a scratch the head.
Oh,
I do have questions for it, if you
Okay.
don't mind. Whose responsibility is to fix all this? I mean.
many of these things.
There's many different things that have to happen inside there.
Well,
You don't ever have anybody that knows this.
Well, we do have a maintenance person that was assigned to start signing the fire extinguishers and making sure they work. We'd already made the assignment to fix the door downstairs, and parts of it were there, and parts Plus, all this trash was there, it was all supposed to be moved, and it wasn't. There are things that were supposed to be done.
But I mean, do we have a maintenance committee, somebody that?
We don't have a maintenance committee.
Maintenance person that.
No, we have a part-time maintenance person.
And then, did he give you an amount of time that it had to get done?
He said they want to see stuff, which I don't think it says in here, because they came in July.
You have to send pictures back.
Yeah, he told me that he wanted a plan in place, corrective action plan, and all repairs done in 6 months. It would be perfect.
Okay.
I'm sure if one of these items, hurt the building, or if we had a claim, they're not gonna cover it.
Right, so. Okay. Next, beach porta potty removal. Last year we had some beautiful summer weather in October. We're not sure, we usually have it removed right after Labor Day. What are thoughts on that? I'm worried that something bad's gonna happen, especially if we've already got motorcycles and golf carts going down to the beach.
Which question?
I would rather remove it, but I'm looking for input.
Sooner rather than later.
So,
Do you wanna wait till the end of the month? Do you wanna have it done on the 15th? Do you wanna?
do we have a date we open the beach and a date we close the beach?
Usually think around Memorial Day to Labor Day,
So,
It's never closed.
but it's never
so it's
closed.
never really closed, right, but the access, the portage on, we could let everybody know that it's Memorial Day, Labor Day. And keep
Like
it up there. I
last
think
year. Last year it was in the 90s.
it was really nice.
All of September.
Kids go back.
So it was in November, so.
Hi, Dana.
Do we have a service contract that we pay somebody to maintain that porta potty?
Yes.
What does their contract say?
Oh, I called her and I said, don't remove it until I hear from these three
Okay,
to make sure we want to move it. Remove it.
if I guess I'm just asking, like, has there been a history of, like we said, this day to this day?
Yeah, yes, Becky.
Last year, in September, there was PCs on the beach, we had been moving porta potty, I assume.
No, last year we kept it into October, correct?
I don't know if it was October. We kept it a couple of weeks after Labor Day.
Was it
still
that was removed?
And then the summer before it got burned in
Yeah.
late September.
Earlier, no, it was
Less people were there, more to do vandalism.
I'd like to say, because I'm the guy that has to mow it, I don't wanna have to re-whack human feces, it's not gonna get over your legs like last time, so can we just go to the end of the month? Because, I mean, yeah, there are people that live down there still and use the beach, and if we get a nice day or a weekend, people still bring the kids to the beach, and kids, I'm fine, I've got diapers, I've got beer cans, soda cans, cigarette butts, and I clean it up, I take care of it, and I don't just do it because I'm a citizen and I care. But anything we can do to keep human waste out of the lake, or on me, would be great.
It's just, we're already over budget in the beach account, but it's an administration, so I'm sure we'll find the money somewhere.
Yes, Diane.
Does our contract specify length, how much per month?
160.
It's 160 a month, so are we budgeted to the end of September? To the end of August?
So Labor Day.
Yep,
is it like the first of the month, the last month, so we're already paying for September? 'Cause we're on
We
the-
already paid up till Labor Day. We paid 3 months, I paid July, August, so Labor Day.
June,
In
July.
prior year, I paid for June.
Yeah, Memorial to Labor, 2 months, pretty much.
It's easy to follow. It's easy to expect. It's easy to predict. It's easy to know.
We always ask, there's the most discussion about the
Smallest items.
Stick with those.
Yeah.
Day to Labor Day keeps it simple.
I'm gonna
People
say,
know that it's
we
full.
certainly understand the challenges of not having the porta potty down there, but I also want to mention that we are trying to managed funds when we're going over. So with that in mind, let's see budget and have them come and get the porta potty as soon as they can.
Do you all agree?
You agree?
Make a motion,
Do we need to make a motion?
No, because that was the plan anyway, I just.
Okay.
Double checking.
Okay,
yeah. I think stick with Memorial Day to Labor Day and
Okay.
sounds good. People can plan it. You never know what the weather's gonna do.
okay, our Zoom subscription expires in November. Do we need it anymore?
Are we gonna continue as we are?
Yeah.
They're gonna charge my card, so I wanna make sure I stop it before.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Town hall use for the Recreation Committee sponsored event. I make a motion that we, of course, allow the Rec Committee to use this for their September 29th event. Do you need access the day before to set up anything? Thank you, Dana, no? Okay,
We've got a letter here. I don't know if you have a copy of it from Mark from Risk Management Services. He says, "Good afternoon. I hope this message finds you all well. Generally speaking, the town is afforded coverage for aspects of a special event that is controlled by the town but does not extend to non-town participants and vendors. We typically determine town sponsorship utilizing the following 3 points. One, to be considered a town or committee, town-sponsored activity for coverage. One, the town board of selectmen must elect, appoint, or confirm the individuals responsible for planning, which is you guys. Two, that we see that you have the ultimate authority and oversight over the activity, that would be us. Safety issues, cash management, all that other stuff. Is this a fundraiser for rec? Okay. All funds that are collected and dispersed for the activity must be accounted for in the municipal's annual audit and overseen by the treasurer. With regards to the types of events, we recommend that the town ensures that you are acting in compliance with Maine rules and regulations. Furthermore, games of chance typically require a permit from the state of Maine if permissible by the town. Recommend contact MMA Legal. And regarding the supervision of minors, background checks, and recommended the requirement of the last 2 adults at all times. How many adults are signing up for this? I know that you've got your background check. You have yours as well. Are you guys able to provide that? And can the 2 of you handle 20 kids? Like, what is the state ratio of?
I think Bailey's planning on coming, and we were gonna reach out to the high school to have seniors who have to do service hours, so my understanding of that document is clear, you're responsible in background check. You supervise those folks and for the entire time. So I'm thinking with 3 adults and 20, I'm sure that we're within. I don't know what the rents are, but I would think we would be within.
Okay.
Because we don't have young children, we have kindergarten to 14.
I love the idea.
no games of chance, right? You're not gonna be gambling
No, we're not
and horse
gonna-
betting and stuff. I know it's a fundraiser, I'm just checking.
Just read it. It's a great idea. It's creative.
Yeah.
Just trying to make sure that we're all covered.
And I don't know, is there a place we can look up what ranges are for adult children? In this place, do we go through MMA or do we go to the state website?
What?
So I can look that up and confirm
Right.
ratios of adults.
Okay.
I just know it's different everywhere.
Right,
My
and
school
they're not
district has
providing
its own-
daycare, they're providing activities.
Right,
Right,
we're
right,
providing activities. And if we've got 1 to 10, if it was just the 2 of us, I still think we're within.
And does Bailey need to have a background check as well, working with the kids?
It was 2 of us.
If the 2 of them are there,
The 2 of
and
you
they're
are.
supervising the
Okay.
event.
Just trying to make sure that we're good.
Leanne,
I can perform free background checks. I just need permission from everyone before I do them. If you want to.
We already have people that have vegetation, use the website.
I'm not trying to make it difficult. I'm trying to just make sure
But
that.
no,
they both work
I
for
mean,
the
I'm
school
just
system, so they have to have
Yeah,
it.
clarifying question, Leanne, you can look that up, right?
Becky, you work for the school system?
I didn't know that about you. I didn't know that about you.
Okay, and all funds you raise will be coming through for the rec committee through the town.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Excellent. All right. Very excited, cool event. When you get any promotional stuff set up, let us know so we can put it out on the Hartford page and share it and share it and share it. Yeah.
Plus you have to get permission first.
Was that,
But you know that all revenue that comes in doesn't go to the beach account. It goes into the general fund. Okay, just want to make sure.
I mean, I didn't know if there was a rec one, I don't know if it's general.
it is general, I thought it was rec, if the rec committee does a rec fundraiser, it
Right,
doesn't.
but it will stay to revenue. We can't put it, we can't spend that money this year.
Okay.
But that'll still be there for them to use next year.
If you appropriate it.
But they're fundraising for it, so I would definitely make a motion that all the funds that the rec committee raises will help balance their budget and go towards their events.
What did MMA Legal say about supporting a budget that was already off the hook?
We want you to be able to do this, we just want to make sure we do it right. We're behind you.
And if we're gonna track things through the town office, we wanna make sure they get their stuff. Okay, Hartford newsletter deadline is the 15th.
Yes. Is it possible to have it next week? You mean the 10th?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Want to get it out.
Kathy, you are the next one on the Price is Right.
What?
To write the select board letter for their newsletter.
Yeah.
Okay. Lenny would like to have it next week.
Okay. I can work on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we do.
Well, Kathy has done a great job. Okay, town informational correspondence.
So we could send something out around tax bill time.
Yep.
If you have anything you want me to include.
Yep, excellent. So, yeah, I'm kind of thinking too that comparing things, some of the code enforcement, how many permits that we've had in previous years, people would be interested in seeing kind of some of that and some of where the town's going or some of the things we're looking forward to, calendar reminders or stuff that's coming up, or linked to that maybe. What's that? Okay, town hall use request for the toy giveaway, 12/7/24. Is that what you guys are talking about? Is that something else?
Yeah, I think we want to be with the woman that's offering it, so I give away to find more information because and really anything.
I spoke to Connie today, actually, just to kind of see what she was getting at.
We didn't
and-
have her name.
What's that?
Maybe you didn't have her whole name.
Oh, you didn't even have her name? So I had given her a call and she's hoping, they have down in their area, a repurposing of gently used toys for parents to be able to come in and shop, to supplement or to use for Christmas gifts for their children, or their families. And she's been part of that down in their area and has some great wisdom and great experience to be able to bring that up here.
Does she live here now?
She owns property here, yes.
Oh, by the way, is she from?
She's in Gorham right now, yes.
Well, she actually sent me a flyer.
Did she? Oh, wow.
Would you like me to read it?
Sure.
It says, "Joy to the children, spreading holiday cheer in Hartford, Maine. What? Free holiday shopping for children in need. Who, parents and guardians only of Hartford. date December 7th, 11 to 4. That's down, she put town office. She sent it to me. One family member, parent or guardian will be given the opportunity to pick up to 3 free gifts from an array of gently loved toys and gifts for tots, children, and teens. They'll be categorized by age groups for easy viewing. We'll have volunteers on site to wrap the gifts, that's how I don't know. And provide parents with name tags to fill out, interested in donating gently loved items or things, or have questions, and she has her contact information. And they'll be sponsored by Hartford Neighbors Rec Committee in the town, if you guys agree on it. Connie just approached me about it. I happen to have some fairly new toys that I plan to donate.
It's a great.
So that, if that helps, with that.
Maybe she will.
Oh, sure, yeah, Connie's awesome.
So that's a tentative date, it sounds.
She was so great at Pineapple Weekend.
It seems like, we've got family names, at least Hartford family names from swim lessons and everyone that we know that we can develop a parent and guardian list too, to let people know what's happening.
Is the date on
This
the
is
calendar? Do you know?
December 7th.
December 7th, 11 to 3.
We could also bring it to the food bank, the flyer. It might be an interconnect.
That's a good idea.
We know, towns, we can't give out names, but we know towns.
What did they call
I
the
think
event?
What is she calling it?
she's trying to limit it to, not limit, but it's for Hartford families.
Hartford only, that's what I'm saying.
So how would you be able to put that flyer up where there's more
Only
than?
to the Hartford people, because we go to the cards.
Oh, okay, so you know who they are.
Right.
Got you.
Right, we can't put it out there to the record,
Right.
but we can do it by knowing,
Got you.
she's calling it Joy to the Children.
Nice.
Anyway, I got it all approved.
Well, it'd be really cool if the rec committee would take that on, because then it becomes a town-sponsored event and makes it a whole lot easier. Really cool.
Do you want to table that, or do you want to, wait for the rec committee?
Let's wait for the rec committee. Can we hold the date on the calendar, please? Right? Yeah. Okay, we'll move to the next one. Town Hall use request benefit dinner on September 14th.
Someone's asking if you use the hall. I don't know if you want to waive the fee.
Because they're a local family.
You at liberty to share what the benefit is?
Is it going to be open to the public? I imagine benefit dinner. So who is it for? I like the idea of letting you use the hall at no cost. We will need insurance, so.
Is that a motion?
Do we have who the contact is?
Yep.
Okay. So they'll be able to provide some sort of coverage.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So that's a motion?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we let the benefit dinner for Leroy move forward for September 14th at no fee, but they will need their insurance.
Nice, second.
All in favor? Okay, next one is bulky waste complaint, Ryan. I went by to see the pile that he has out there. You would never know that I understand that he feels it wasn't picked up, but the way the road goes and all the things there, unfortunately, it's no wonder that they didn't realize, and Archie said they didn't realize that there was any pile out there for them he takes. It wasn't marked, and it looked like it was still part of the yard sale display. So I will go back and talk with him, but at this point,
I talked to him earlier and he showed me the pile, where the pile was. He's got about, tires he's got piled up there. And I explained to him, I said, I never seen no sticker on those tires, they have to be sticking. And he says, well, the tires are not going, they're going to, I'm building a fence with them. And so,
But the tires are in the pile.
mhm.
And there's multiple pickup truck loads up there. One of his complaints was that they should have at least picked through it and picked out a pickup truck load.
But they're
And I
supposed
said
to,
they wouldn't do that.
but the metal is supposed to be separated and.
No, it's definitely a conglomeration.
No action?
Have fun with that.
Well, I'd like to go and talk to him and then send them a letter. But Archie's is not gonna come back. They're already done. It wasn't marked. There were several piles. They didn't even know he had anything out. Because it all looked the same. So that was that follow-up. But I will call him and go back over and explain to him why they didn't pick it up. Okay. Oxford County amended budget commitment. Don't you love it? Yeah. So as many of you may be aware, Oxford County Commissioners sent us the wrong totals. So we have a new total of what we have to pay to the county. It's about $7,000 more because they made an error in their accounting. And they want it paid like yesterday, right, beginning of September? That's what the letter had said.
Yeah. Oh, no, it'll be next. Is the check in there? Yes, the check's in that one.
Yep. Can we send them a bill?
Should make the motion. Accept that.
Yeah, so make a motion that we accept the Oxford County Commissioners amended amount with regret. All in favor? Okay. Appointments and resignations.
Bring the book.
Great. We'll do it at the next meeting. Elected officials workshop is coming up on 9/17.
So it's on a Tuesday, because we talked about Zooming it. It runs into Zoom, 4:30 to 8:30. If I did it, I wouldn't be able to go to the select board meeting, and where would that leave you to?
You've done it with two before.
Yeah, we've done it with two before.
So I'm gonna do that.
Okay,
If you're good, you guys are good with that?
Yep.
I'm gonna do it.
Definitely a motion.
make a motion that we pay the fee for the elected officials workshop on the 17th so that Kathleen can attend via Zoom, 4:30 to 8:30. Verbal judo.
You second?
All in favor? Verbal judo. That's a training. That's pretty cool. On the 26th, and that's the one, the 26th is when we have Erica from Avcon coming. Okay,
Make a motion to shut you off.
is that Zoom or are you gonna be up in Bangor?
In Bangor.
Will they give you a Zoom, will they give you a recorded copy after, I wonder? That'd be great for us to, be a great tool.
I will give it that.
I'd like to make a motion that Kathleen attend verbal judo on 9/26/24. Oh, yeah.
You want to second me, Kathy?
Aye.
Second
Yeah,
myself.
second it.
All right, all in favor? Great. And then reviewing correspondence.
Thank you. I'm gonna give this to the rec committee. I'm not sure.
Yeah, all in motion on it.
I can give you this.
Yeah.
Good.
Right. Is there anything?
No, we have, open session next. Oh, items for next meeting. We already did one, right? That's what we could do next
We
meeting.
tabled a few things. Joyce Rochelle during the MMA inspection, executive session for, this is the next week.
Full board meeting, right?
Next week, executive session for them.
Yeah, for next week.
I think it's something else.
Okay. All right, open session. Does anyone have anything? Hi, Karen.
Yeah, I found out that information about the broadband. You're gonna be able to address that at one of your meetings, make the application to the state to get funding. It has to be the period starts, I think it was September 13th to start the process to apply to get broadband from it comes from the federal infrastructure bill that was passed a couple of years ago. The funds are finally coming to Maine. I don't want you to forget it.
Right.
No.
So September 13th is when it's open?
Yeah, I thought I sent you all an email. I don't know if that
You did.
it's.
So that application, if I read your email properly, the application is about a month long from September 13th to
Right,
October.
that's
So
when
we have
it's,
about a month.
right, that's when it's open. Let's see if I can figure out where I wrote that. Oh, yeah, the broadband. Yeah.
What about our emergency management, Dan La Rochelle? Is that something that he can be working on?
That's not an emergency.
Well, I was just
Yeah,
thinking
the application
broadband is
September 12th to the October 13th.
having some sort of system where people can communicate and get information through broadband that don't have anything.
So I know two people that would like to be involved would be Jane Quint and Jeremy Smith right on Main Street because they have been directed effectively by the lack of broadband. So they would like to be very much part of that. Is that something that you would like to be part of? You have enough on your plate?
She was just trying to let us
Okay.
know.
I see that, but I just want to make sure you
Okay.
didn't forget the.
Okay, no, I appreciate that. I wasn't sure.
Thank you.
You're too busy.
Jane Quint, and what's the other person's name?
Jeremy Smith. Are you raising your hand, Al?
Yeah, I want to talk something about open session.
Oh, okay. We're on broadband.
Jane Quint and Jeremy Smith.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and see if we'll get those two to hook up and meet, and I'll get them dialoguing and get
We have
that.
an real application process too.
Have they been calling the
Ad
first
hoc
one?
committee.
What's that?
Ad hoc committee.
Yeah. For like broadband ad hoc committee. Huh.
They just hooked my sister up on Carey Hill the other day.
Really? And she happy?
I don't know, she just got it hooked up. I haven't talked to
And
her
she didn't have
since.
it before. And it's just new line out there.
Yep, they hooked her up.
Yes.
What about the neighbors?
I don't know what the name is.
Okay.
She's been calling First Light. That's right.
So I want to create a we want to create a broadband ad hoc committee that can help pull information together for the grant that's open,
Right, they have to have an application.
yep, the 13th through
A
the,
month to complete the application and get it submitted.
is it a two-step application if you looked at it at all?
Oh my goodness.
Is it, do you have to file an intent to apply and then apply? Or is it just apply?
Makes sense. It's pre-qualification evaluation, that's the prospective applicants will submit organizational level information, technical, financial, operational, managerial capacity. So this is a detailed thing that demonstrates the ability to meet the requirements of the program. Present a draft map of the project surface area. So this is going to be quite a commitment to go through these requirements. I must have the technical ability to know something about it, but I know nothing other than the fact that it's broadband. And then prospective applicants that are approved in phase one will go on to the next application for the actual funding.
So this is the first step. See if we qualify
Yes.
to apply.
And I know you've been talking about it for a while, so.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that. Get moving.
Okay, so if you could talk to Jane Quint and Jeremy Smith, what about that awesome young lady that has so much tech experience? Bailey, yeah.
I'm just wondering, I know we sat on that $4,000 for years, and so Lee found out we could spend it on computers.
Yep.
I'm wondering what we're gonna spend this on.
This is supposed to be getting money to bring broadband here.
So we're gonna give it to First Light?
My guess is we're gonna give it to whoever the provider is for this area. Is that First Light
First Light.
for all of our community? Well, first we gotta read it and see, okay? This is all preliminary, so,
Well, I mean, I looked at it before, the whole website will tell you about how much you expect to spend per committee, and it's well over $100,000. I mean, $4,000 is just seed money. To think about it, it's not at all.
Spend per committee? Spend per committee, did you say?
community.
Oh, community.
Right.
I just wanna know where the
What I'm
money's
saying
gonna
is that
go.
This is
We're
to
just
get
gonna
the
hand it over to
infrastructure
First
built, is the funding to actually get it done. Whatever needs to be done, I don't know what it is, wiring or something. But if you read the website, I did briefly see that it was talking about how much it might cost per town, per community, like how many, connections you might need.
Okay. Okay, next for open session. Elliot, go ahead.
I needed some information for Ferdinand Hill Road. That paper was signed on an agreement to do the road.
It's not to do the road, so the logging company had contracted with landowners up there to go log. They wanted our permission to upgrade the road, which is a discontinued road, upgrade it enough so that they can get their equipment up there to log.
Okay. But on that didn't seem to have any, width of the road was given to them, how wide the road was supposed to be, or where the limitations are.
They're not rebuilding the road or creating a new road. They're just filling in where the road is currently, where it was, the way it was discontinued, and fill in, I went up with him and have pre-pictures, and I have to go back this week and take the exit pictures. But where they filled in the big holes that they told us they were gonna fill in, told me, supposedly that's all done, and so I need to go up and get pictures of the after.
Yeah, because it's been the beginning of the road, and then it was the middle of it, and we have, I don't think we're gonna get to the end of these when they leave. Because I'm looking at a 10-foot road that we originally had there. I don't know what it was before it got discontinued, a 40, a 42, a 10, a 25. What was the width of the road when we began? When you decided to be able to take care of it?
What's that?
There's a right of way that's given for every road, which is a certain width, and I think most roads are 50 feet. But that doesn't tell you anything at all about how big the road was when it was maintained or not maintained.
Yeah, because my question is, if you go, the road was 47 feet wide, then is it the permission of the owners you have to get to cut the trees from the road to make the road wider? Is it
Like where's the, like when usually when DOT or someone else does work, at other properties, we've dealt with, there's a center line that's defined and you pull from there. The concern we're having is it looks like there's a lot of land between the center and our one wall, and then the other one, they're up over our wall, into our encroachment on our property. So I think someone needs to establish the width of the road, and where's the center line that should be pulling from, because it is creating a new road at this point. It's not just patching filling holes. It's actually trees are down and there's new, rocks are new.
Yeah, because I talked to Dustin on he's with Safi, Austin.
Yeah, yeah, that's who I met with.
And he told me that you were doing the pictures and all that. Well, the road is getting straight down so far that I have to step up to my property now to get into it and keep on redoing my driveway. When I went up the other day, they had pushed over my rock wall and they encroached on my property. They pointed the finger at me and told me, you're the one who signed the paper and made all the agreements. I don't have a voice. Well, now I'm saying I do have a voice when you're allowing people to cross over my property line. You take material to make the road. They're not bringing material in like I was told. They are taking from my property to make that road, to fill in the holes and whatnot. And another guy is doing the same thing, and it just seems to be.
How far up on Farron Hill are you?
We own 100 acres to the edge of, to where Jay Parker's gates at.
Just one of you, please.
Where Jay Parker's gates at. Down to, right where the hill washed, due to the rock being removed. So all these problems that you're dealing with are being made, and I feel that it is just do what you want up there as long as nobody's gonna check. So there's nobody overseeing that job. And it is.
So I have pictures of the road before they started, and it was atrociously bad.
I've been driving that road in that little Toyota.
Yeah, I don't say you're not. I brought my car out there, which is very
low.
low.
They did get washed out because somebody pulled rock out of the road because they didn't want anybody else using that road. So if that's how it got started, the ditch in the road. Why is my property being used to refill that road instead of material being brought up to that road? So then
I would love to come and see that because they showed me, Austin showed me exactly where they were working and no rock wall or dirt from other people's property was ever gonna be moved, so.
Yeah, that was the intent they gave me also, and then when they started doing the road, he asked me, he goes, see how they did your neighbors down the road, I'm gonna do it just like that. Well, that wasn't the case. Then it rained a little bit, the road didn't get washed out, it probably got like a 4-inch little puddle in the middle. From water pushing, I guess there's a natural spring in the middle of the road. Now from that, they keep scraping and scraping, and they're taking the road down further to bury these holes. When I was told, we're gonna bring 13G in, we're gonna bring material in, we're gonna do all these things. Then I was told to silence my mouth because you signed a paper giving them carte blanche to do whatever they want.
I did not give them carte blanche, that's for sure.
That's not what we signed up
I'm not gonna say that you did, I just want to get a copy of the agreement that you made with them.
So we have.
And so I have another meeting with him in the morning, and I've talked to him at least 5 times, and each time I talk to him, he assures me that's not gonna happen. When I come back up, it's that more of my property's been taken down. And it started out with, I wanna cut a 1-inch branch, can you come talk to me? That was all a bunch of crap also, you know?
Was that is that where the big house is that came
Yes.
from Portland that they moved piece by piece?
Yes.
And I saw the branch he cut when I was up there, and he told me that you were very upset, and
Oh,
he
for
stopped
sure.
cutting.
He didn't ask for permission to cut it or do anything, he just did what he wanted to, and then after the fact, let's get all these people involved. Nobody told me we were having a meeting last week, I was showing up for it. There's been things said on the road that you're not, I guess, privileged to, or nor am I, because we're not on the crew. So I think a little bit of oversight needs to be brought in. We need to define the middle of that road, since if it's 20 feet, we shouldn't be taking my wall. So if we're taking my wall, I think we need to define the middle of the road, and I'd like the whole job to stop on that road until somebody from the office can get up there and go, hey, this is where the middle of the road is. I've talked to Bibby on it, he doesn't know, I've talked to the road commissioner.
No, because Glenn Luce is it was a private contractor. Our road commissioner is not involved. It's a decommissioned road.
Yeah, it's a decommissioned road that's not being taken care of by the expense of the owners of the properties on that road. So if we're the owners of the property to take care of the road, then why don't we have a little bit more say on the road? So if it's a public road, like
It's a public right of way, correct?
Yeah, I had a conversation with the lady next door, and she seems to be a little bit upset, not letting, another one, a little bit upset that it's a public road and I don't have the authority on it. And anybody can go up it all they want, but there's no way to turn around on a 10-foot road. So you're not accessing my property to make this turn around. So how are we doing this? Why is access being allowed if the road is not wide or can any kind of traffic? So we don't have tow trucks that go up there and pull people out. We have a lot of people saying what we can and can't do on our own property, and it's always some kind of dispute about that road. So if the dispute about the road, why should anybody have any say that doesn't live on that road if we're the ones who have to pay for the road? Because when it first washed out, I called for help, and they told me, we're not helping, you're on your own. Well, we started to repair the road, and then it started to get worse with everybody getting their machines on that road. So I'm kind of confused on what's going on now. When Savvy gets involved, they just do whatever they want. And they go, well, we're told we can maintain this road, we can make this road better for our equipment. Well, nobody knows how big the road is. If we're scraping on my property, we have some problems. And we're not talking 2 inches, we're talking 4 feet. My rock wall has been collapsed all the way down the line of the property.
So you have to give me a chance to go and look. He just called me like on Thursday or Friday, and I was heading out for a family camping trip.
He's scraped 3 times this Friday trip. So anytime you see that he did something, you gotta go and check again, like tell him, hey.
So he told me he was done, or Mr. Luce was done doing the work, Glenn Luce, who we've worked with before, and he's done a great job. So you need to give me a chance. Tomorrow morning I have meetings for my regular job, so it will have to be Thursday morning before I can meet out there. So I'm not sure how a meeting with you and Austin tomorrow morning is gonna work, but.
Well, that road's not gonna be working again. If we're going on my property to ask to make that road is stopping.
Right, I need to go out and, but I want to do due diligence. I want to go out and get pictures, see what's going on. So do you have available time on Thursday morning that we could do that together?
What time are we gonna do?
I can probably do like 9 o'clock.
I got an appointment at 9. I'd see him tomorrow. I can meet up with you in the afternoon.
I can't do it tomorrow at all. I have meetings all day.
Okay. Thursday afternoon?
Yep.
Okay.
What time?
Anytime after 10, I think it'd be good.
After 10, okay. Because I work in the South Paris area and I travel.
Okay.
So it would be better for me, either we do it at lunchtime or we do it after 4.
Yeah, either one, you good.
Okay, weather's supposed to be good Thursday, then let's do 4.
Okay.
4 o'clock on Thursday?
Yep.
4 o'clock on Thursday.
And will you have, I'm having a problem finding information on that road. It doesn't exist. So, nobody knows the width of the road. So if we can figure that out, we can at least get everybody off my property, because it's not about, it just seems to be, I don't have a say on my own land. So when we're.
Well, I will do my best to find out, and I want to see what's been going on your property. So I want you to show me where your lines are, or where you think your lines are, and I will try to do some research on that road as best as I can before Thursday, but right now it's information gathering. I didn't give them carte blanche.
Well, that's what they were telling me. So
Well, I cannot imagine that, because he showed me exactly what work was gonna be done, so.
I've been told a few things down there that.
Okay, so let's work on this. We don't need to keep going. We're gonna go on Thursday, and we're gonna go from there. I'll do what research I can find out between now and then. And, I will also place a call into Austin and, let him know that you attended our meeting and that I intend to come up and see his road work on Thursday, as well as visit you on your property and see additional work that seems to be going, even though he told me he was already done, which he told me last week they were done. Right. So that's a great starting point. So we will do that Thursday, okay? All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, Peggy, that
I
happens.
live on Fairfield Road, I know the condition of the road started in 2007, if that's any help. So
Yeah.
I've walked that road since.
Well, I just went there, Peggy. I just went there
Well, I
like
know
3
what
weeks
it's
ago,
like.
so I know exactly
Used to be.
what it looked like then, which was horrible.
It's changed a lot over the last 8 years. It's gone from.
Okay, all right, we're going to move forward with this meeting. Al, you're next.
When you were talking about getting, Corps of Engineers, County, did you call them and see if we can do that culvert?
Yep, if I know.
Yeah, I don't wanna hold up any more time, we gotta wait for contracts, and I'd rather have you do it and then let us know, thank you.
Is there anything else for open session?
And got the email from Jeff Stearns. We're going to check out the beach, the Hartford beach. I just wanted Steve to be aware and make sure they have permission to park there with no stickers. They invited you all to attend.
Okay.
To check the condition of the water, and I'm not sure what else they're gonna do. On September 9th at 1 p.m. The Lake Association.
We just mowed it yesterday and cleaned it up, beautiful.
Is that next, Tuesday?
Monday, that's Monday.
Monday, the
1
9th.
p.m.
At what time?
1.
That's gonna be hard. Right.
Gotta keep it user friendly, protect water, quality.
Okay. Be a good 45 minutes away, and I have a meeting till noon time, so I'll keep back at there. Okay, is there anything else for tonight's meeting? Great, thank you all for coming, enjoy your evening, and I appreciate your time and your involvement. Thank you, meeting adjourned. Now I'd like to go make a motion to go into executive session.
Yeah, I second.
Oh, I don't want to edit.